So we just launched Photoshop Touch on iOS today, and Photoshop Touch brings some of the core features of Photoshop to the tablet. Here we have a set of tutorials that help new users get to know the functionality, and I'll walk through one of these tutorials real quickly. In this tutorial, what we want to do is we want to remove the woman from this background right here and put her on this background. So to do that, I'm going to use a new tool that's only available in Photoshop Touch called Scribble Select. And what I do is I simply mark the areas in green that I want to keep, and then I mark in red the areas that I want to remove. And just from that, it gives me a pretty good selection. You know, I can come in here and I can fine tune it, and I can correct a few areas if I want. Maybe in here, I definitely want to keep that area. I'm going to leave this hair. Hair is a really difficult thing to select because it's so thin. There's soft edges, and so what we have is we've built in the same algorithm from Photoshop CS5 of Refine Edge. And what this does is I can simply just mark the areas where I want to recalculate the selection. And just by marking that, it will go through and it will recalculate. And as you can see, the selection is very smooth, very nice. So I'll tap OK. And now that I have that nice selection, I'll come up here and I'll extract it. And there we have just the image, the part of the image that I want on top of that other layer. And you can see that these are separate layers. Now that I have these two layers, I might want to make some adjustments to the back layer. So I'll come in here and I have all these adjustments, some of which are traditional features like levels and curves. So I'll come in here and I'm going to adjust the curves a little bit. So I want to make it a little bit more dramatic. Maybe not quite so dramatic, but something like that. And then I want to add a directional blur. Just kind of blur the background a little bit. Now, let's say that I want to make some room for text down here. I'll tap on this layer. I want to fade this layer out just a little bit. So I'll add a fade. And you can see that just by moving these 2 points around, I can get just the effect that I want. Now I have some space to add some text. And I can just move that down there. There we go. Now once I'm done, one nice thing about working on a tablet is that I have some new capabilities. So if I double tap on this, I can move things around and visualize the layers in 3D, which is a nice way to think about how the layers are interacting with one another. I can publish this finished product out to Facebook, or I can upload it to the Adobe Creative Cloud. We give everybody a free account with 2 gigabytes of storage, and that Creative Cloud account will sync with your desktop. So if I upload a file here, it will show up on my desktop, and I can open the file in Photoshop CS5 and continue working on it with all the layers intact. It does use a different file format. It uses the PSDX file format, so you need to have a free plugin installed on Photoshop so that it can read the PSDX file. So it's available on iOS today, starting today, for $10 in the US, and it's available in 123 countries, all of the countries that the App Store supports except for China. It's English only for now, but we are working on more languages in the future.